Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Angela. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Ready to talk about games once again.
Of course. And today we're talking about games that we're culling.
Right, games that we're getting rid of.
Yeah.
So it's a different kind of talking about games. Instead of the usual, where we talk about games we love and want, now we're talking about games that we are ready to get rid of.
Yeah. Say goodbye.
Before we start, I remember there was a little the game from the last time we were here. We haven't told people what it was. It was one that you painted. What was the name of it?
It was Forbidden Desert.
Forbidden Desert. Yes,
Yeah.
that was it, guys. So
That's
thank you
right.
to all who tried to guess what the nice miniature was.
Yeah, it was a little cheaty one, that one, because I had painted it, so it did look a little bit different.
Yes, you tricked them, but I'm sure a lot of them got it. So it's.
I'm sure Kabuki got it because she's like a board game genius. So.
Well, kudos to you then. Also, I think you should start because you have a list of games that you've been selling and stuff like that. So why don't you hit it first?
Yeah, I've probably got, I think looking at it, maybe 40 games on this list, maybe a few more, but I'm going to choose particular ones, and I'm going to start with, I'm still trying to sell it, I haven't sold it yet, the proper Noble Collection one-to-one replica of Jumanji, which is a lovely thing. I only used it for display, I've not played the actual game, it still needs punched and things, game. But it's a beautiful thing, but nobody wants it, strangely, and I've actually modded it so that when you flick the pieces into the corner, they spin and stand up like in the movie. Yeah. It's a cool thing.
I'm surprised nobody wants it. I mean, Jumanji is such a classic, like.
Yeah, I just have no room for it. It was on display on a shelf here, but we got rid of the shelf. So I'm like, well, it's sitting gathering dust in the cupboard now. Is it worth keeping it when someone could enjoy it on their shelf?
I agree. All right, so the first one that I'm going to talk about is one that is loved by many, including me, and it's Jaws of the Lion, Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion. Before you hate on me, I did play through the campaign in its entirety, unlocked the whole story. It was great, by the way. You should play it if you haven't. But then I was able to trade it for another game that was really expensive. So I was able to trade it and get a game that I really wanted, which it's on my channel already. It's called, what is it called? Unintentional Malum Act 1. Midara Unintentional Malum Act 1. And that game is just awesome. It's like Final Fantasy in a box. If you like Final Fantasy, you're a fan of those kind of video games, this is a game for you. The campaign is going to take me a year at least to finish, but I am enjoying the characters and the quirkiness of them. But Jaws of the Lion had to say bye-bye to get this one in.
Yeah, that's fair though. I think you've probably made a good deal there. You're not likely to play Jaws of the Lion once you've done it, right?
Well, I figured if I got rid of it, I would most likely take out Gloomhaven, the big one, and play it, because I have that one is collecting dust right now, because Jaws is so much accessible. It's so much easier to set it up and to play it. It just puts you into the action so much faster. But Gloomhaven has a lot more to experience, so I wanted to see if that would do that. So we'll see.
Yeah. Well, anyone watching this is going to be unsurprised to know that I own both those games and I haven't played them. I bought Jaws of the Lion because I wanted to play Gloomhaven with my son-in-law, but it was too big of it was like a little bit scary. So I got Jaws of the Lion, but we just never got around to it. So yeah.
You will. I'm sure you will, and you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm keeping
the mechanics. Yeah, you're gonna enjoy the mechanics. It really is a very nice strategy, thinky kind of game. So.
Sounds cool. All right, my next one, I'm going to go for another big sort of fancy one, GKR Heavy Hitters, which I've already sold. I sold it a few weeks ago. Just made someone's absolute day because I sold it so cheap. But it's like a mech game with giant mech figures that are like massive things, beautifully painted and everything. But the box was huge, and again, it was sitting in the cupboard. Gathering dust, and I was like, it's taking up so much room. I may as well
Did you paint the miniature? Well, they're not miniatures; they're this big, I guess. So did you paint the figures?
It came all done. It's just a beautiful looking thing in the box, but probably I wouldn't have played it anyway, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a gift. So yeah.
Okay. Well, if you weren't gonna play it, then might as well. And like you said, you made someone happy, and someone. It's like the one I got for Jaws, Midara. The person that gave it to me was like, I couldn't handle managing four people. I wasn't gonna play it. I'm like, well, I'm playing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, someone else is playing it now. It's great. It's the way it is.
Yeah, of course, spread that love.
Yeah, exactly. Spread the love of board games. Why not? Let's see. My next one. All right. So this one, it's King Domino Duel. I own King Domino. I like King Domino. It's a nice filler game that it's easy to teach, so I can get non-gamers playing real quick and fast, and everybody understands dominoes. I got this one, which is I guess a roll and write, you can call it. I think it was a roll and write. But I was like, between these two, I'd rather play. If I had to play King Domino, because it's essentially the same thing, I'd rather play the original. So I went ahead and got rid of it. It's not bad. It's just, and it didn't take a lot of space, and that's one of the things that I was like, I should keep it because it's not taking me a lot of storage. But I was like, no, you know what? I'm gonna keep King Domino so that I play it, and I'm gonna get rid of this one. So I got rid of it.
Yeah, that's fair. I like King Domino as well. I've still got that one in my small games box because, like you said, everyone knows dominoes, don't they? So it clicks pretty easy.
Yeah, yes, it is. Yes,
yeah.
It is.
All right, my next one. I've got Suro. Have you played Suro, the dragon tile thing where you join up the pipes essentially?
I think I think I've played it. I don't own it, but I believe I have played it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got Suro, and I bought Suro of the Seas, which is like another version, but on the seas, I guess. And I thought that I would play it, but I haven't. So I thought I may as well sell it so someone else can get the joy, because it is a beautiful looking game. But if I'm going to play either of them, I'd probably just grab Suro. And I play Suro in VR as well. So yeah, super easy, nice looking thing.
I think it's funny how it seems like the theme throughout our talk today is that we've gotten rid of games so that we get to play other games.
Yeah, I guess that's true, isn't it?
Another one that I got rid of is Marvel Legendary. And again, I know you guys love that game, and I enjoy it too. It's a nice deck builder, plays really well solo, which is one of the reasons why I loved it, or I love it still. But I have other deck builders that I enjoy more. And I have a lot of Marvel games, so I was like, you know what, I can do without this one. And all I owned was the core box, because I know there's tons of expansions adding more heroes and stuff. But I was like, if I want to play a deck builder, I will probably pull something else out. So let me get rid of this one, make room for all the other ones. And I've tried a couple of new deck builders recently, and actually the one that I'm enjoying right now a lot is called actually Power Rangers. It's the Power Rangers, Saban Power Rangers deck builder game, believe it or not. It's really cool. Gives you a little bit of a different feel for a deck builder. And also I got one recently called Hero Brigade. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of like Magic the Gathering style, where you have to beat your opponent down to 0, but it's got really cool mechanics and positioning issues. So those two I've been playing more because I got rid of Marvel Legendary.
That's fair. I just got told, I'm sorry, I'm going to go off on a tangent, but it'll just take a few seconds. I just got told from one of my oldest, dearest friends, this lady called Val, who's an older lady, and she is giving me her magic collection. And her magic collection is insane. I just need to work out how to get it from her house in another state to my house.
I think you mentioned that before. She has like a truckload full of...
so many. Yeah, she messaged me during the week and was like, you really need to get these cards. And I was like, you should sell them. They're probably worth a fortune. Right. And she was like, I don't want to sell them, love. I want to give them to you. And I was like, oh, you're adorable. So nice.
Yeah, I mean, Magic is an awesome game. I'm trying to get back into it. I played Arena, which is like online, because playing with the actual cards is expensive, as you just mentioned. She probably has a fortune there in cards, and I have a lot of them, but you have to, if you want to play standard, if you want to play with other people, you have to keep up with the new decks, and that's just too much. I just can't. And right now I'm lost. Like there's been a bunch of new, what do you call it, sets that have come out that I'm not familiar
all
with.
the time, don't they? I mean, Val's, the ones that I'll be getting are old. I don't think she's bought them for over a decade at least.
Right, but even those old cards,
ones,
they all come back. Besides, you can always play historic, and those cards all come back. And if you're playing with friends, who cares if you have Slither deck? Those are so fun.
Yeah, it's nicer anyway. Sorry about that little side note. So my next one was a la carte, which somebody bought, which is a beautiful little, I think it's like a memory game from memory, where you've got these little cooktops, and it comes with actual little metal pans. It's like a beautiful looking game, but it's a kid's game, and my grandkids weren't interested in it. I actually bought it for them. They loved playing with it, but not playing the game, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like
they love playing with the components
and the cooktops in their cafe, but not play the actual game the way it was meant to be played. So I sold that one on.
That's funny. So they love the components, but not the game per se.
Really cool components, yeah.
Cool. I don't know that one, but then again, it's a children's game, so that's probably why. But
it's an older game as well. I think that one.
If you weren't playing it, then it's a good thing you got rid of it.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, what else I got? Another one that people are probably going to hate me for. I got rid of Azul's Summer Pavilion. Summer Pavilion, not the original. I just thought it was complicating things ways that it didn't. It's not a bad game. It's a good game. Azul is a solid game, no matter which, I guess, edition or which expansion or which one you're playing. But I'm not that big into those type of what do you call it, abstract games. Yeah. So I will sit and play Azul with you if you want me to, but I don't really need to own it. That's what I told myself. I don't need to own this because I barely ever take it out to play. It doesn't play solo, so there goes that as well. Yeah. That one was like everybody wanted it. The minute I said I wanted to get rid of it, I got like a billion people telling me I want it. I can get it. I'll take it. So I guess somebody's happy, and me too. I'm happy too because I make room for more games.
It's a popular franchise, that one, but they're kind of flogging it, aren't they? They're just releasing them one after the other.
So many, yeah. There's so many. I don't even know what the difference is anymore from one to the other. It's just so crazy.
I've got two of them, but I guess if they're selling, it's smart to keep remaking the same thing, right?
Yeah. Which ones you got?
I have the first two, so just Azul and then whatever the other one was. And I think I bought I bought the plastic tray as well to keep it all, like when you're playing it, it keeps it all neat.
Yeah, that's one thing, like it's funny that you mentioned that, but I super agree with that. Like you buy a game and then they come up with another and you're like, should I be getting the other one or should I just stick to the one I got? Like which one? And that happened to me with Massive Darkness. I love Massive Darkness, but then I went to Dice Tower East and I played Massive Darkness Hellscape, and I'm like, oh, this is so much better than the one I got. Now what am I supposed to do? I don't want to buy another game. It's an expensive game and I don't want to get rid of this one, but why do they do that? Why can't they just make a good game and just leave it at that?
Yeah. That some of them you do feel a little bit like they're just doing it for the money. Like, let's get another one out there. And
what else you got on that list of yours?
Oh, what else have I got here? It might take me a second. Oh, Otis. Okay, so I had Otis, which is an older game with beautiful artwork about diving in the ocean, and this was a tough one. When you're going through your games and you're like, you put them in that maybe pile, but it's sort of edging its way back onto your shelf. That was Otis for me, but I played it with my wife and she was not a fan at all. And I kept it even after that, even though I knew if she's not playing it, I should probably get rid of it. Right. So that was a bit of a painful one, but I did get rid of it. And the guy who bought it was thrilled because I'd put these little clear trays in there and it was all beautifully packaged away. And yeah, so he was really happy.
Good. And that's another thing that we seem to do, I guess all gamers. We buy games because we think other people are going to enjoy them. Yes. So not so much for us, but I a lot of times I'm thinking, I think I can play this with my friend blank, and we can have a fun time. And then half the time it doesn't work out that way, and then I'm stuck with a game that I didn't really care that much to begin with. I mostly bought it so that someone else would play with me, and then hopefully I can introduce them to other games.
You can see, I think here, you can see all these art games. Any art game that comes out, I buy it because my wife does like art games, but there's a multitude on that shelf that we haven't played yet. We tend to go back to the one that we've played and enjoyed rather than playing the new ones. Yeah, definitely buy games for other people in mind.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Another one that I got rid of was the adventure book of The Princess Bride.
Yeah.
And I loved it, but it was a short game. Like, you go through kind of like story. I think it was 5 or 6 chapters. I don't remember. I played it to completion. I enjoyed it. But then I'm like, am I going to do this again ever? Like, after I already did it once. So I decided to give it away, to get rid of it. I saw that there's one for, I think it's The Wizard of Oz, if I'm not mistaken. It's kind of the same concept.
That's a new one coming out, isn't it?
Is it new? I thought it was already out.
I probably will get that one because that's my wife's favorite movie of all time. So. Okay. Yeah.
And again, we're buying games for other people.
Yes. Maybe I shouldn't actually. Not a board gamer. This is what I do. This is how I end up with too many games.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I bought The Princess Bride because I enjoyed the classic, and I thought, hey, living the story with different eyes, like me controlling the story, sounds really cool. And it was really cool. So I do think that your wife would enjoy it. If she actually sits down to play it, she would enjoy it. But will she sit down and play it?
Exactly. She's a very busy lady. Yeah, I like The Princess Bride as well, but I can see why you got rid of that one, because once you've done it, you've done it. So
yeah.
How many have we done each? Do you know? Are we keeping count?
I think 5, because that one I just thought of, because I had 4 on my list, and that one I just came up with, because I remember getting rid of it.
Am I doing one more?
Sure, do it. Do as many as you want.
Okay, I'll do Tomb Raider Legends. So this is a game that I got super cheap. It was on sale, and I'm a huge fan of Tomb Raider, the video game. Okay. So I bought the board game. Usually when I buy a board game, I do research on it. I check reviews. I might watch a playthrough or part of a playthrough. And with this one, I didn't, because I was like, it's so cheap. I should just buy it. And now it's on my culling list because I looked at the reviews afterwards and they were awful. So it's still in shrink. I've not even opened it.
Okay.
And no one's buying it. So I'm assuming it's that terrible.
Okay. I mean, but to be fair, I've heard reviews. Like, there's a game that I heard terrible reviews of. And I enjoy it so much. The game's called Free Radicals. I think there's an unboxing on my channel. I don't think I've done a run through yet, but there's an unboxing. And I thought the idea was so fresh, and people are hating on it so much because it's a game that has mini games. So it has 10 different mini games. So everybody's playing a different mini game. And now it's really hot. I've seen new games come up with the same idea, but they hate it so much on Free Radicals. But I still thought, for me, I was like, oh no, I gotta try it, and I loved it. I'm not getting rid of that one. It's a lot of fun. So even though the reviews are bad, sometimes you gotta
give it a go.
Unless you read the mechanics and you're like, there's no way I'm going to enjoy that.
Yeah, I have the old Tomb Raider game as well, like the original Tomb Raider game that came out, and that was all right for one of those IP games. Yeah. Maybe I'll keep it. Nobody's buying it anyway, right?
And that's one thing with the IP games. A lot of times, IP games, they're not good games. They just think that because of the IP, they're going to sell. If you want to hear about some good IP games, you can listen to our last episode, right, where we talked about some really good IP games that we enjoy. But a lot of times, you're right. It's just they just do whatever. There's an IP. Oh, it's gonna sell because it's Tomb Raider, because it's whatever, Stranger Things, Game of Thrones, whatever it is. So
yeah. Have you got another one?
I can.
You don't need to. It's all right. We've waffled plenty.
I don't remember any others that I've gotten rid of. I'll tell you that. Similar to what we're talking about, I got a bunch of cheap games on Amazon for Prime Day, Disney related, and a lot of them are like oh my goodness, what I get into. So I might end up. I haven't got rid of them yet, but I got like the Haunted Mansion and Disney. What is it called? Sidekicks and a bunch of others, and it's like I don't know. So they're hanging in there, but
Haunted
probably
Mansion's
soon.
not terrible, you know. I gave that one to my daughter. The Haunted Mansion. It's okay.
It's set collection and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not my cup of tea. I mean, I played it. It's okay, but I don't know that it's enough to keep it. We'll see.
You didn't get one in that sale called the Mad Hatter's Tea Party, did you?
No, I did not. Is that good?
It's all right. It's a little party game. It's a balancing game. You're stacking
Okay.
cups on top of each other. But yeah, that was a good laugh.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking for more type of games that I can play with my family when they come over, because I discovered that my mom is really into board games. Like, she sits here and every time, like that last time, I keep upping the difficulty. We started with like easy stuff like the Mine. We started with the Mine and she loved it. And then last time when she was here, we played Canvas. And we played, and we played Dixit before. She likes it. I actually got to play Canvas and Splendor, Marvel Splendor, and she was so into it. I'm like, ooh, I need to find more games that she can play.
Did your mum play bingo?
I don't think she's big into bingo. Why is there a
my
bingo
mother-in-law loves bingo, and Augustus is a game. If you know someone who loves bingo, Rise of Augustus, because it's basically
Rise of
bingo.
Augustus. Okay. I will look into that, because bingo's a fun family game. I can see her playing that. But we went completely off topic. Do you have anything else that you're getting rid of?
You know what? I've got, like I said, about 50 games or something on this list, but I think I'll leave it at those ones.
Okay, that sounds good. Well, there you go, guys. What games have you gotten rid of recently that you want to tell us about? Why did you get rid of them? That would be something that we'd love to hear. And what else would you like us to talk about in the future? Give us a topic.
Another topic.
Yeah, we need topics.
Any topic. Hit us up in the comments.
That's right. Well, we can talk about anything. We were actually thinking about talking about shows that we watch. So man, we can talk about anything.
That'll be a fun one, I think. Everybody watches TV, right? So
most people watch TV, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye. May you play more games.